Good morning, everyone. It has been a week and it is only Wednesday. Wednesday is usually the quietest day in our house, and I think we're probably going to be fully embracing it today. I've just lit the fire so that the dogs are warm because the temperature is a lot colder today. It was quite mild over the weekend, but today it's got a lot colder. And there's something about, I've always said it, but as a kid, I didn't grow up in a house that had a log burner. So now that I have one, it's something that I really take a lot of joy from. And sometimes getting up and lighting it in the morning it's just a little pocket of enjoyment and indulgence that I really, really enjoy. I love the idea of the dogs warming their little chestnuts by the fire. And that is my plan for this morning. I'm probably going to have something warm, and then I'm going to wash my hair because my hair has needed washing since Saturday and I haven't done it. And hopefully I can show you how I've been doing my hair and styling it, because I know that there's been a lot of questions because I've tried everything to get an at-home blow dry and I just can't do it. I can't do it. But I have some very, very lovely festive things happening later on this week, which they're probably not going to be in this vlog, but I will be preparing for them, which is a good thing and an enjoyable thing. I've had my PT this morning. I'm on my third workout of the week. I'm just off the back of a really, really busy time, so being able to get in workouts and Pilates class has been such a joy. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying that. I've also had a bit of a furniture delivery, and we had textiles and finished details people here on Monday for downstairs. I think that's probably going to like kick start again in the new year so that we at least have it finished for the summer. I'm glad we're taking our time with it though. It should be good. But yeah, I'm going to sit here with the dogs, probably get them some food, because that is the face of a dog that wants his breakfast. Please, please. And start the day. I'm currently making my morning supplements, and I usually have some lemon squeezed in it, and I am putting my big girl pants on this morning and putting one of my own lemons into my drink. I almost feel like I treat them like they're sacred and I can't use them for like any old thing, but actually I think trying it in my supplements will be the best way to actually experience the flavour. And I've cut this one open and I've realised there doesn't look like there's a single pip in there, which I'm not sure is a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing for when you're squeezing it, because I hate having pips in my drink. But in the same breath, does that mean it can't be like planted to make a lemon tree? Very, very interesting. I am now feeling a lot more sprightly. However, I'm having one of those days where my throat is obviously not playing ball either, but I have been getting up early and stupidly not been going to bed early enough, and I love my early bedtimes, and it is completely self-inflicted, and it is just the way the cookie crumbles at this time of the year. But I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock for my PT class, and I've got to be honest, my whole body aches because of how much I've moved this week, whereas with it being the busiest time of year before, I haven't moved quite so much. And so to be on my third workout, I was like, Steve, you just need to bear with me on this one, okay? So it wasn't the most rigorous, but it was also really beneficial and I felt really good for doing it. I think what I want to do now that the gym is like usable, obviously we've been doing it up and things like that, I do want to see if I can find a yoga instructor, because I think Ali's been talking a lot about mobility and things like that, and I really just want to like be focusing on stretching a lot as well, because I do it a lot in Pilates and it's something that I love, but I think I'm learning that I've got very, very like tight hips. I have washed my hair this morning as well, so you are seeing the natural hair. I did let it air dry a little bit in front of the fire, and that's always a recipe for disaster. But I wanted to kind of show you a little bit about what I do with my hair at the moment. But I've got a lot of layers of my hair now, and they are definitely helping with the volume and the kind of movement in the hair. When I went to see my hairdresser last, I was like, I really just feel like it looks a little bit flat, my hair, especially from the back. I was like, I had quite nice layers at the front, but at the back it just looked really, really limp and lifeless. Lovely and long, but just not much to it, and I wanted some movement, so we really added a lot of layers. And I then was like, well, I want to make the most of these layers. I want to have beautiful bouncy blow dries every day, but what I have learned is I have tried my hardest to master things like the air wrap, and I haven't done it. And even with my GHD duet, this is something that I still have to use in tandem with my straighteners. So I would say is that this is great for getting a bit of volume at the roots, but I wouldn't necessarily invest in this as like, if you've got hair like mine, I wouldn't necessarily invest in it as one of those tools that's going to transform your hair. It's great because it kind of does the same thing, but I am still needing to touch it up. I don't know why, I don't know what it is. I think it's because my hair has this like this texture to it where it looks almost a bit frizzy when I don't look after my curls. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I would show you a little bit about what I do to try and blur the line between being fast and efficient with doing my hair, because I just don't want to spend huge amounts of time doing it. So what I've done is I've sprayed the roots with the Olaplex blow dry mist, so that helps with creating a bit of volume. I would say that I probably haven't done enough today because it doesn't feel like it's holding as much, but you can always spray it and use this. So I'm going to do this middle section first just to show you what I do, and I go right to the back of my hair because I hate nothing more than not having good volume at the back of my head. So I really have to like work there to ensure that you get a nice little bit of volume. The hair sits nicely. It's nothing worse than like a flat back of your head, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to section this part off. I'm going to give it a spritz with my blow dry mist. You need clips, you need like slidey clips. I have rollers as well, just for this middle section. I've realised I really don't have the energy to put rollers in all of my hair because I have quite a lot of hair, FYI. So I'm going to tie this back because this part of my hair is not being utilised at the moment. Just pop a little silk scrunchie in there. I'm going to turn this on. It's quite noisy. I'm going to give this big section just another spritz, I think, with the blow dry mist. This is so good because it's like movable hold. If you're using the duet, I would definitely say brush your hair through because it can pull your hair and you don't want to get breakage. Just wait for it to heat up. It does take quite a while to heat up as well. That's good to know. But that's the noise. And I bring my hair forward like this, and I'm really only aiming to sort of get as much volume at the root as possible with this. It's not going to give me the style that I want on its own. So I'm pulling the root forward like that, if you can see it past my peacocking hair. And I really pay a lot of attention to the root of the hair. I think a lot of people look at volume as if it's something that sits like at the sides of your hair. For me, it's not. You create volume at the root, and for me it's important, otherwise I look like an Afghan hound. I am going to turn on my straighteners. Sometimes you can literally just leave your hair in the duet to really like get the heat there. But for me now, I get the best out of my style using the new Chronos, and this is something I've not seen anyone doing, but I kind of figured it out on my own. I pull my hair back like this, and it's almost like a score that doesn't create a ringlet, it creates a large wave. So can you see that? You're essentially like pulling the hair back on itself really tightly, and you don't want to get too much curl at the ends of the hair, in my opinion. You want to create it as if it's like an actual blow dry wave, because that's what I love about blow dry. So again, you can split it apart like that, but you just pull. And so you're getting that volume and that movement in the hair that I really crave from a good blow dry. But I'm almost straightening out the ends when it gets curly. You kind of ease off towards the end. So pull it back like that. You want to smooth it out and then pop it into a roller. And this again is just for these top layers, and you want to create lift. So I'm pulling this forward. So if you can see, you don't want to pull this back so the hair is sitting flat. You want it to go over the roller. And you do want it to sit quite secure and tight as well. I'm only going to be doing 3 of these. I might even go to a smaller one for my front bits. Again, give it a good spritz. Give it a brush. And again, you are going forwards with the hair and really creating root lift. The most important place to get the root lift is this section of your hair. It's not so much, you don't need to worry so much about it on the sides, but this is the super important part. And then we go in with the straightener again. See how that's created. I don't want to curl. This is not about having curly hair. This is about having movement to the waves of your hair. So I don't want my hair to look like a pageant queen's hair. I want it to look a little bit effortless, but not be effortless at all. So I can feel that the ends of my hair are a bit rough, and that usually means that my hair will go frizzy when I take it out. So I need to just do a bit more smoothing. So again, can you see that the actual roots of the hair is going forward rather than straight up? Last section. For this I'm going to use a smaller roller. That is the farmer coming to read our water meter. So that's the front fringy part. But what I was saying was, if you don't know, where we live is partially off grid. We don't have a mains water supply of our own. So ours comes from the local farm. We don't have mains gas. And we don't have mains sewage. It's an interesting way of living. I think when you explain it to people, it sounds more shocking than it actually is, and I don't think we've ever really felt very hindered by it. But what it is funny is that our water bills are essentially a handwritten note from the local farmer. And it just does make us laugh quite a lot. So yes, he's just come to read our meter that measures basically the water that we've taken from him, and he like marries it and tallies it all up. Anyway, rollers are in. So now I turn this off, because as much as I kind of want to go and do these parts because it creates a lot of volume, that is obviously being held now by the Olaplex volumizing mist. Like, it is so good at creating like hold and not grittiness. Like, it's just, if you want it, it will do it, but you can also pop it down. I'm just gonna do what I've been doing on these bits throughout the whole of my head, basically, to create a sort of blow dry effect. I find the underneath of my hair the hardest, but generally it should come together. It is a bit hit and miss. Sometimes I'm like, what happened there? What did I do wrong? But I think it's just practice. So this is what we're going to do. I do want to smooth out my hair because I have a lot of hair and my hair is coarse. But I would say if you've got thin hair, you can use the GHD Duet. You will be absolutely fine. For me, it just doesn't smooth out my hair enough because of how coarse my hair is. And with how much hair I've got, it takes too long. So straighteners hold my hair, provide that sort of heat finish which my hair can take, whilst still my hair obviously has volume because it is thicker. Really see there, I mean, it's looking a little bit warm because of the lights in here, but you can really see the natural looking highlights coming through from what Imi has done in my hair, and it looks so soft. Well, my battery obviously ran out, but as you can see, this is kind of what you end up with now. I generally tend to angle the front section of my hair towards the front and the back section towards the back, and it just creates a bit of shape without like sort of pageant curls or boho-y sort of waves. I want smooth, shiny, beautiful looking hair, but I want it to have movement still, so I don't just want it to be poker straight, if that makes sense. So that's one side. I'm going to do the other side, and then we're going to take the rollers out together. But I just repeat it on the other side, same format, front of the hair forwards, back of the hair backwards. This is always the harder side to do. Right, that's it done, and that's all of the movement kind of put into the hair, which I want. Porter is barking at the window cleaner, so I'm going to get these out. Well, that is the finished look, so you can see it's kind of like there's just a little bit of like a lack of uniform to it, and what I find is that it gives it really nice like body and volume, and it's not like pageant curls. And look at that. Whew. I love a good swoosh, and you've got to have a roller in the front and a bit of blow dry volumizing spray to be able to do that. So love it. Oh my gosh, so good. I haven't washed my hair in so long, and you know when you have that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I just really need, like, I should be washing my hair today, and I've gone 3 days past that, so I feel like a new woman. I said it was going to be a quiet day today. I think Porter got up on the wrong side of bed, because we had our wood delivery and we've had the window cleaner, and that means that Porter is now in a bad mood if he didn't get up on the wrong side of bed. He is just going nuts, and I don't know what to do to like console him. But I do want to pop to Waitrose today because my cover, which is on Country Homes and Interiors, has been released and it's out there and it's in the world, and you can go and buy it. Like my first ever Homes and Interiors cover, which I feel like is just, it's just a lot. I just can't believe it. And I can't believe that they've put me on the cover. So I still haven't actually got a copy of it yet, because you know, you see those videos of people going in and like finding their magazine cover. Well, I don't think they ever tell you that actually it can be quite a mortifying experience as well, because I've gone into 2 different shops filming, so Carrie's like walking, filming me, and it's not been there. Now I think it's because it's a bit of a like higher price point magazine, and it's mainly in like places like Waitrose and things like that. So I'm going to go to Waitrose today. I'm going to do a bit of a festive food shop. Now we have a number of food shops that we like do. We do our farm shop delivery. We have our deliver to our home like essentials. But at this time of year, there's so many more people coming around. There's so many more things being done. So much more food that you need in the house. There's also festive favourites and things like that you just want in the house. And you know what I'm like. I love going food shopping. It is one of those things that I don't personally get to do very often. So it's a little luxury in my life. I am also aware, and I always say this, but I know that that's not the case for everyone. And I know that the food shop can be quite difficult for a lot of people, especially at this time of year. So if you are one of those people and this is going to upset you, I definitely would suggest that you don't watch it, because it might be upsetting. If you love a good food shop and you love a good visit to Waitrose, that's what I want to try and do today. I just want to go and see what's on offer, what they've got. I want to pick some bits up for the house. We need some milk, because I've realised I've been drinking a lot more milk. We don't drink we don't drink like nut milks or anything like that. I haven't drank it since I listened to Ultra Processed People, because it's just not a milk, is it? It's just not a milk. And I believe it's got a lot of preservatives in it and things like that. So we switched back to normal, full-fat, non-homogenized milk like at the beginning of the year. And since I've been having these holy cacao drinks, I've been drinking a lot more milk. And I'm thinking it might be making my skin funny. So I need to, first of all, monitor the milk intake, but also get some milk because I've drank it all. However, later on this week, I have a very, very royal affair happening, and I managed to have a hat made for the outfit that I'm going to wear. So I went to Highgrove a couple of weeks ago for like the beginnings of Christmas and a royal Christmas at Highgrove, which was such an incredible experience. But we're actually going back, me and Louise, and we're heading back to Highgrove. At this point, Porter is having a timeout with his dad in bed because Ali's not feeling very well today. I don't know what, maybe he's got like some kind of chest infection or something, and he probably needs to get antibiotics because he's been ill for so long now. So he's taking some time in bed today. But as I was saying, I'm heading back to Highgrove, and I believe there is supposed to be a royal in attendance. So I wanted to be warm, but I wanted to dress for the occasion again. And you'll know I've purchased from Miss B's millinery before, and it was my blue hat that I wore to Ascot, and it was quite the hit, that outfit. Probably one of my favourite outfits of all time. And I wanted to rewear a set, the blue navy two-piece from Susanna London, because it's one of those things that I think I'm always warm in, but it just looks sensational. And so I wanted to buy a hat to wear because I didn't wear a hat last time, but I think if there's going to be a royal in attendance, oh my goodness, this is absolutely exquisite. I need this in other colours immediately. Honestly, her finish is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And what I really love is that I can get different colourways, because a lot of the time, and I really hope one day she'll be charging thousands, but at this moment in time I love that I'm able to sort of buy hats and have good quality British made by a woman as well, millinery, and I can just pick all of the colours to go with my outfits because I love having like a matching colourway, and this is just the dream. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get the placement right. I've never worn one of these actually out, but you kind of want to clip it to your hair. So I think I'm probably going to like pop my hair back sort of like so, and we won't do the glasses as well, and it will just be kind of like a little hat moment with a blue set. Is it the right blue? Let's hope so. The perfect blue. The perfect blue. Oh my goodness me. Oh, this is just gonna look so lovely, and still so warm because I wear a shirt underneath this and then I wear the skirt as well. I just need to get the styling of my hair correct because I've got such big hair. Often you need to smooth it down a little bit. So all of this volume I'm putting in right now, I might have to smooth it down. Oh my goodness me, I'm so excited. I'm gonna try and get it on properly. Okay, I think it will be something like this, where I have my hair clipped back. I'll hide the elastic. Obviously, I would have it all smooth down and sort of finished beautifully, but I need this in many, many other colours. Oh, I love it so much. It's so gorgeously made. And we went for this sort of crepe and satin. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop going oh now. So that's arrived. I can breathe a sigh of relief, but however, this just arrived for me, and this is from Churches. Now, I don't know if you know, but I showed Ali's little, not order, but something arrived from Churches that was like a gift, and I loved them, and I love, love, love this brand so much because they are a Northamptonshire brand, and if you don't know, we live in Northamptonshire. It's like situated between Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire, and it's just the home of shoes. and this is one of those brands to have come out of Northamptonshire and really cemented the place, I would say. And they've sent me something. Now, I don't think it's shoes, but there is a card. Oh, I don't want to open it. Oh, the lovely little... So this is the illustration. Dear Lydia, join churches in celebrating the most wonderful time of year in all its splendour. Happy holidays. What do we have here? Oh, wow. Oh, I don't want to open it. I feel like I shouldn't be opening it. These are the kinds of things that I put under the tree and then open them on Christmas Day. So beautifully done. The linen on the box is stunning. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it's a cat. Who knew that churches did candles? And it's green. Oh, that's very sexy. That is very sexy for a fragrance. That's like, oh, that is so nice. That is like fresh, piney, but with a gentlemanly hint to it. That's something that you can definitely use all year round, but almost becomes a bit nostalgic at this time of year as well. So I'm kind of like, oh, I feel like that needs to go in Ali's dressing room. That's too nice to go in my dressing room. This is so nice. Wow, thank you so much. Anyway, I need to get myself dressed now, and I need to get myself heading out to run some festive errands. I'm in my absolute favourite outfit at the moment. It is a cashmere ivory roll neck with my Beaufort & Blake new sheep jumper, Barber, and leggings and boots. It looks so nicely put together and is so comfortable, but I am doing something that you should always do before you go on a food shop, and I am eating before I go, because I think if you go on a food shop hungry, it is so dangerous. You end up buying everything and it's not good practice. So I'm gonna have some eggs and some spinach before I leave and then get cracking. His Royal Highness is awake, but I am not showing him because he is very sleepy. And if there's one thing I know about my husband, is that he doesn't like the organic life in terms of me showing him in the scruff. He likes very much looking put together, and I respect that as his wife. But I would love to show you how he looks now, because he looks very, what's the word? Like, disheveled in a sexy way.
I'm not wearing pants.
Are you not wearing pants? Oh, thanks for letting me know. Okay, this is my outfit for the day. Little Beaufort & Blake jumper, little cashmere roll neck. I love the way that it just creates that separation, but still feels quite smart. But then I've got leggings on and a Barber, and then I've got some woolly socks, which I think the woolly socks are really good to connect the little white details from the outfit. And then my boots are the Charlbury boots, and my hair is looking very nice and coiffed. Where are my glasses? Now, I am only going to Waitrose, so this is an outfit that when I get home, once you kick off your boots, you feel nice and comfortable anyway. I've got nice cosy socks in my boots as well. I've got my bag. I have a full tummy, which is important. So I'm going to grab the car keys and let's go. We are heading out in the Defender because I have all of a sudden become absolutely obsessed with driving this car again. Oh, okay. I have not really updated you on my hypnotherapy recently. I had my third session this week, and basically the other day I was leaving to go to a Pilates class, and I opened the door at 6 AM and I turned around and there was a moderate sized spider next to where the door frame was. And my body went to do the usual thing that it does, where it kind of like jolts and I get stars in front of my eyes, and I just freak out. But my brain went, grow up. And I turned around and I got in the car and I just drove off. Now, that's not me in the position where I like have one on me, but it is progress, I would say, in my eyes. And so that's what I think, is that I think for a long time I've actually been worried about driving this car in case there's spiders in it, and I'm still, you know, I'm not someone that wants one on me. I don't think I would want many things actually on me, but I am working towards changing my behaviour, and I think that this is the thing that's like been so transformative from it, is like learning that I'm in control. I think I thought that this fear controlled me, and it doesn't. So I'm working through that. It is still early days and it is such a work in progress, but I started a new book this week called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and I feel like that's a saying in itself, but this book seems super interesting. I just finished No Excuses, and honestly, I loved that book so much. I feel like that book should be taught in schools. I think all of these books should be taught in schools when it comes to owning your like power. And that sounds like such an airy fairy thing to say, but like when you think you are a victim of something, you can spend your whole life being a victim of that thing, and that's just not, it's not a mindset that I ever want to sort of find myself in, and I don't want to adopt that kind of mindset. I remember once someone said to me, like, have you not got like a bit of a, you know, a hook or a sob story or whatever? And I remember saying to myself, I'm like, that's not really how I think about myself. I like to think that I can overcome anything, and I don't want to get, I think about old lady Lydia so much, ever since Jamila Jamil spoke about that in her talk. I think about old lady Lydia so much, and what I hope that she is, and who I hope that she is, and the types of things that she loves, and the types of things that she regrets. And I hope she doesn't have many regrets, in all honesty. So I really want to know, I want to be aware that I can take control of the things that I can take control of. And No Excuses is all about no excuses. Like, no more saying, yeah, but this happened to me, yeah, but this is what I'm going through. And it really does feed on so nicely to a part that this book kind of starts in, where I'm at now with Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. So I would highly recommend those two books, honestly. And I'm only a short amount into Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, but she starts off talking about the fact that she had cancer and how she chose to approach cancer. Now, cancer is awful, like absolutely awful, and I this is not my words, this is not my story, this is very much hers, so please don't get angry with me for saying this, because it's just not my story. But if you know someone that has had like a hard time, maybe they've been diagnosed with something, maybe they've had an accident, maybe there's something that's happened that has really just taken the wind out of their sails, I think that the start of this book alone would be so helpful in helping someone's mindset change, because this lady talks about her own journey with cancer and how she has never felt sorry for herself in the fact that she's had cancer, had to have, I think it was a double mastectomy, or at least a single mastectomy, and how she's channeled what she's been through into greater good. Because often when I talk about these things, I shared something recently on Instagram where I was like, you know, you get to decide if you have a good Christmas. And I had a number of people message me and they were like, you know, my husband's left me, how can you say this? I've got this illness, how can you say this? And it's like, I'm never saying these things because I think that they are true for your situation. I share them in case you're like me and you're looking for a way to change what you're doing if it's not working, if that's working for you, and you being upset and feeling those emotions and going through them in that way. If it works for you, then I love that, and I'm happy for you to do that. I'm more speaking to people like, and I share these things if there's someone going, I can't do this anymore and I need to change. It's like me in COVID. I was constantly focusing on the negative. I was always looking to you guys for my validation, and I couldn't continue like that. I couldn't continue living my life waiting for someone to say something about me and it influence how I feel about myself. I was like, there has to be a way to do things differently. And so that's what I mean. I'm talking to the people that want change, that maybe feeling that way hasn't served them and they've only spiraled into feeling worse about themselves. And so if you are experiencing a harrowing time in your life, oh my goodness, the beginning of Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Sometimes I feel like these books, like their names don't do them justice, but it really is, it was the most eye-opening thing. You know, even in the depths of something like cancer, you can feel completely at peace with it, and you can
you can have found your way to let go, because I do find that a lot. I met someone recently and they said, you know, I am the way I am because of my relationship with my mum. And I was like, and I never want to lecture people about these things, because I understand that everyone's on their own journey, but I just wanted to like hug her and say, like, you've got to let that go, because it's an excuse. And this is what the book before was all about. It was letting go of those excuses for continuing behaviours that might be bad behaviours, poor behaviours, or behaviours that you just don't like about yourself. Like stopping the crux of that and then changing the behaviours and becoming a better person, and actually not allowing the thing that you think has been difficult in your life to continue to do so, if that makes sense. I just love all this stuff so much. I love learning the capabilities of my brain. I love learning that I've still got so much more to learn about my brain. The fact that fear is now the thing that I'm learning about is so fascinating for me, and I find it so enjoyable to now be feeling like I'm taking control of something. And I find that so empowering and so beneficial and so motivating, that the reason why I talk about these things and I talk about these books is because I love sharing them with you. And I hope that there are people that watch my videos and then maybe one day in like 20 years time you'll think, my God, if I didn't watch Lydia's videos, I would not have gone on the journey of self-discovery and mind management and ownership of my mind in the way that I did, and now my life is so much better. And so I love that. Okay, I love that. Anyway, I need to get going because it's getting dark and I need to get this blooming magazine. This is just I also forget that this is the only car we have that you have to put the keys in on the wrong side as well, which I always find very interesting. What a banger. What an old banger. They have got these lovely wreaths, so many different sizes as well. They've got these small ones which will be really good to go around candles and things like that, but I also want to get some wreaths for the front door, for the gates, sorry. So I'm thinking maybe one of these would be quite lovely. I like this one with the red bow on and the apples, very cute. Oh, there's lots to choose from. I like the white one as well. And the smaller ones are £15 and the bigger ones are £35. This is so surreal. I actually can't believe that that is me. Oh my gosh, amongst, like, this is literally amongst and one of my favourite magazines. I actually cannot believe that I am sat on a shelf as part of one of my favourite magazines in the midst of all of the magazines that I love the most. Now I'm going to take pretty much all of these coffees, I think. I'm going to take about, yeah, I'm going to take them all. I don't care. Christmas is always time for parfait, and I love these little pots. They're so good for reusing for things around the house as well, and they're just so cute. And this looks lovely on a cheese board as well, so if you're having like a picky bits night or something like that, this is so good. We have these on Christmas Day, but I feel like if we get one before, I think Ali would be really happy about it. This is the pork, turkey and cranberry sausage roll. It is so good. They've also got bacon cups and mini beef burgers. There's just so much good stuff. I can't believe it. Waitrose has an entire picky bits section, and rare bit on a picky bits board is absolutely wonderful. I think Ali's going to love this. It's got pastrami, gherkins, and then I'm going to get this one for me. This is the Red Fox Welsh rarebit. There's so much that you can't go wrong with a bit of baked camembert as well, and obviously we're going to get the Wensleydale and cranberry. Oh, Wensleydale and winter berries. Oh, I have to try that, but I love these little festive ones as well. So cute. They've literally got Christmas tree shaped cheese. We've actually run out of butter, and so usually we get Dalesford, but this is the Christmas Lurpak, and I love it. Now, moving on from Ali's search for the perfect roast potato, I think I'm going to get him some beef dripping, some goose fat, some duck fat, and even some lard to try over the next few weeks for his potatoes. Now this is the whole reason why I'm here. We've run out of milk, but I didn't realise that Waitrose had started doing their own brand unhomogenised whole milk. Perfect to see us through until our next food shop. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. They now sell Tin Tams in the UK. I feel like this is a very bad thing because the novelty is that we can't get them easily, and now I can just pick them up and have them whenever. This is obviously not Christmas related, but my goodness me. As much as I love champagne, I am on the hunt for the best English sparkling wine to replace it, because I just think it makes sense. And this one is just down the road, so I actually think I'm going to get this one for a little Christmas taste. Well, I think I've been very tame, however, definitely left my lights on. Tell me you are used to having automatic lights without telling me you're used to having automatic lights. I'll go first. Okay, so I might have gone a little bit off piece there and bought lots and lots of picky bits, because obviously Ali's under the weather, and I also had this weird craving that I was like, I kind of want to have mulled wine this evening, because I've only had one mulled wine this entire season so far. That's not good enough. So we've got some Dalesford mulled wine downstairs, and I think if we do like some little picky bits, little enjoyable bits and pieces for dinner, I think that would make a nice way to relax in the living room. I did buy every copy of the magazine, but I bought some other magazines as well. I cleared the shelves, to be honest, of them, but anyway, we're gonna head home. When I tell you, going and just seeing what the offering is for the festive season makes me so happy. If you haven't realised, Porter has chosen violence today. He has been relentless. This is why I don't want kids. This is why, because honestly, when he plays up, I have zero patience. And you know how much I love him, but I have zero patience for it. It's like, why? Why today have you chosen to be like this? What is it? What did you like not sleep well? Like, what is it? And really all it is Ali is stacking wood in the garden because we had our delivery of firewood for winter. Anywho, this is what I got. I showed you most of the things, to be honest, that I was picking up, but Ali has a dentist appointment, so I'm going to be in charge of getting everything ready. So I picked up some cooked meats. I didn't want to go wild, even though I just don't know how I spend so much when I go food shopping, but I got two little, I got, this just sounded nice, chestnut fed Serrano ham. I don't know what chestnut fed tastes like, but anywho. And then some prosciutto. I got obviously the bits and pieces that I told you I was getting for him to be able to try different things to cook with. So goose fat, things like that. I obviously got him the Reuben rarebit, which I think he is going to absolutely love. The milk, which he will be very happy about. Obviously I thought we could try this. I'm going to chill this for whenever. Red Fox Welsh rarebit. Oh, so good. Some pate, some cheese. I'm gonna pop the butter and the lard and those kinds of bits in half. Ready to go. Lard. Never thought I'd be buying lard. And then I bought some organic coconut oil because I'm actually going to try and make my own rosemary oil tomorrow. I have wanted to do this for such a long time, but never had the time, and I'm going to do it. I've got so much rosemary in the garden, and it's, to me, making my own with my own rosemary that I grew, that's another thing, and it's so easy to make. I want to make some rosemary water as well, because I'm just at a good place with my hair at the moment, and the idea of making some of my own products with my own produce fills me with wonderfulness. And the final thing, I got some avocado oil because a number of you said that avocado oil for potatoes is amazing. So that was one. And obviously I picked up a sourdough for tonight's cookie bits. This is the pièce de résistance. We get one of these every Christmas. I don't know how Ali's going to feel. I don't know if he's going to be a bit like, that's the Christmas sausage roll, but I feel like you can definitely have one early and have a Christmas sausage roll early, but this is the, like, it's like a wreath. Oh, it's so good. Proper puff pastry, rolled and folded for crisp, flaky layers, wrapped around perfectly seasoned pork, turkey, and cranberries with a beetroot and parsley crumb. Oh. And then I obviously cleared the shelves of my magazine. I hope they had more because nobody else is getting it. So I got lots of different copies. I thought I'd get one for friends, I'd get one for Ali. He asked me to pick up loads. It wasn't actually me, I was gonna get just one. And then he said, please buy a few of them. So that's what I did. I will let this hooligan in. Have you quite finished? Lumi, what are they doing? I know. Where has he gone? What are you doing? Honestly, I've never known such a badly behaved sausage. Yeah, that's what I thought. The other magazines that I purchased, I don't know why I purchased this, because I get this delivered. I was just sucked in, I think. I'm such an idiot. Okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Homes and Gardens, it was the art of hosting. I loved that. And then Country Living. Oh, that is what I'm going to enjoy this evening. I'm going to read my own article and read the other bits in this magazine, but also prepare everything for Ali when he comes home. Ali has just left for the dentist and Project Cozy can commence because I will start getting dinner ready. As I mentioned in my previous vlog, I'm just going to be filming a couple of little videos for my TikTok. And one of them I wanted to do after having one of my friends here. I had my friend Lily here and I lit the fire. I was like, do you want me to light the fire so that you can get some like shots of the living room with the fire on? And she was like, oh, no, don't go to trouble. I was like, it's no trouble at all. It takes me 5 seconds. And she said, oh, I never use my log burner because I don't know how to light it. And so I thought to myself, how many people go to places like Farmhouse and maybe they've never lit a fire before? Because at Farmhouse, if you're staying in the huts, you can light fires. If you're staying in the cabins, you can light fires. And also people that like move into homes, it's one of those things that I had to learn how to do. I didn't always know how to do this. And so it's been one of those things that you kind of have to learn. And it's just a bit of it's not even a skill. It's just something I love. And it is the perfect ambience setting for anything. And so if you do happen to have one that you haven't been using, hopefully this will inspire you to use it, especially during these months, because these are the types of things that I find help me get through the colder months. It's moments by the fire that make me feel like I'm romanticizing my life a little bit. Trust me when I tell you, our next house is going to have fireplaces of dreams. Like, I don't think you understand. The house doesn't exist yet, but that will be one of the things that I 110% prioritize as part of our next house. And so anyway, I am going to explain to you. So to build a fire, there are 3 components that you need. Oxygen, you need fuel, and you need heat. So the oxygen is obviously all around us, but as I've mentioned, in your home you might have things that like help with the oxygen, because you do need a drawer. With an open fire, it should exist. But with log burners, I found that sometimes it can take you helping a little bit. One thing that we learnt was opening one of the doors helped
create the drawer that our wood burner would need sometimes. Most of the time it's absolutely fine. I think it's when it's like maybe a bit still outside, whatever. So you need oxygen, fuel. Fuel would be your firelighters, your kindling and your logs. So we have natural firelighters. We use the little sort of bounded up bundles of straw, and this is what they look like. Now you can get these sort of firelighter blocks which smell quite chemically. I've always preferred these and they work beautifully. Porter, off. They work beautifully and they are literally just like almost wood chip bound up, or like, I don't know, it's a strange one, but they work really, really well. Now, I try to be quite sparing with my way of doing this, and also I want it to be quick. I don't want it to be a pain in the backside. In all honesty, there are specific ways that people tell you how to do things, but I'm generally just telling you how I do things in order to start a fire quickly. I'm not competing in the championships of starting fires. I just want to get the fire going so I can plonk my bottom on the sofa with a good book. So, first things first, I grab a bit of kindling. Now kindling is like little bits of wood like this, and they are the second thing that generally goes into the log burner, for me anyway. So what I get is I get one of these and I just clear the bottom of the wood burner just to help with promoting the oxygen. So I just clear a bit of the ash and pop it out of the way so that there's a good flow. I will then just pop that kindling in there just to start the process. I'll probably take 3 or 4 firelighters. I reckon on a good day you could probably do it with 1 if you're wanting to be sparing with these things. However, I do want to get it going, so I just put a little bundle of them in the centre. Like that. It's just a little bundle of firelighters. I then take some more kindling and I place it sort of around the edge, and I just create a little frame. Now a lot of people do these sort of stacks, and that I think is the proper way to do it. And like I said, if I was competing in the Olympics for lighting fires in the most professional and proper way, I would probably do it that way. But this is just the way that I find the quickest, and that's what I want. Easy peasy. So then any other bits of kindling that I've got, I'll just pop them in a little bit of a wigwam like this. I will probably do 3 bits like this, just ever so sporadically around, so that they're just creating a little bit of a crosshatch on top of the firelighters. Then, third thing to go into the wood burner is the heat. And the heat is your lighter. We get these lighters from Amazon, they're little flamethrower ones, they're very, very good. And I just get this thing going. I light as much of the firelighters as I can to get them going like that. I then grab from my trusty basket my wood, and I just stack it on top. Again, not too specially. I mean, I don't want to get burnt, so I'm kind of throwing this on at the moment, but generally speaking, you create a little bit of things like that. And honestly, if you want to do it the proper way and you want to do it so that it's quite uniformed, I get it. It looks beautiful. It's good to have it set up like that, I think, as well. But for me, when I'm home alone and we just want to get the warmth back in this room, because it is chilly, isn't it, Barclay? I found that this is pretty much the best way to do it. It rarely ever fails me. It has to be a very bizarre weather time, I think, for my fire not to work. I just try and do it so that I get a good fire that I can keep stoking and adding wood to and enjoying in the easiest possible way. So I hope that if over the festive period you end up staying anywhere that happens to have a log burner, or you've got one in your house and you've maybe been, you just didn't know what to do with it, I hope that maybe this will inspire you to have a bit of a cozy moment, because I promise you, if you grab yourself a wonderful book, have something festive or wintry tinkering away in the background, light the fire, light a candle, put your cozies on and get on the sofa, you will feel like you are the leading lady of a romantic movie, probably a Richard Curtis one, romanticising your life during the winter months. And that's what I do, pretty much. That is the things that I do to enjoy life when life is maybe not so simple to find the enjoyments in. And I know that you two very much enjoy the fire as well, don't you? Very much. So, also you might sometimes want to get things going on the fire with sort of closing the door. You can see it starts to get a lot more raging when I do that, but when I open it, it will calm down a little bit. And you can utilise the oxygen. There's also vents at the bottom of most log burners, and you can open those a little bit more. You can close them if you want your fire to just sort of crackle away. It's a fine art of getting the perfect draw so that your wood isn't burning really, really quickly. So I personally really like having the door of my wood burner open. I like the smell. I really love the smell of burning wood. I also love to hear it more. I feel the heat comes out more, but sometimes it can be that there's not enough draw because of that, so you have to sort of play it by ear. Sometimes it goes wild and you have to close it. I also love it when you get the little sootiness around the fire as well. I just love it. We were talking about this the other day because we took delivery of some furniture from Festive, and the owners actually dropped it off themselves, and they were saying how they love it at the Bull at Charlbury, that they have like the soot from the candles, you can see it on the walls, and it's just lovely. We were just talking about that's another thing that's like a cozy thing. But anyway, I hope that helps. If you do use my little guide, let me know, because I really hope to just inspire little moments of romance in your life a little bit more, and hope to help you embrace the seasons in a bit more of an evergreen way, because I really feel like I'm going into this winter so much better equipped with my mindset. And it's really funny, I saw a video the other day and I read the comments on it. It was a gentleman that was talking about how he couldn't understand how people enjoy the seasons in England. I think he was walking in the rain, and I looked at the comments, and there were comments that said, I'm convinced that people that enjoy the seasons don't have to leave their house. And I promise you, I would be able to romanticise every situation leaving the house. And I leave the house very regularly. Very regularly. I have to go to London, I have to go to wherever, I have to walk the dogs, whatever. And I have always found that when I have tried to fight against the weather, that is when I am the most miserable, when I'm in it. So if I've done my hair really beautifully that morning and it's raining outside, I know I'm setting myself up to be miserable. If I try to wear long trousers in the rain and go out into the rain, I know I'm setting myself up to be miserable. I have realised that you have to lean into it and accept it rather than trying to fight against it. Sometimes that won't be helped, and this isn't a formula that means that you never experience frustration with the weather and upset with the weather. What I hope to do is to help you minimise and find more enjoyment and more happiness where previously I think we find that it's not that enjoyable. But it's not something that you're just never going to have a sad day in the rain again. There will be times when even I am like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult to find the joy in this today. You have to smack a lot of sausage dog bottoms to take away the feelings of sadness around bad days of weather. I'm smacking his bottom because he's been so badly behaved today. But yeah, I'm not the type of person that will, is it just me? But does responding to a TikTok video feel so much more public than chatting it through in a YouTube video? I feel like when I get to chat things through like this, it doesn't feel as like confronting. I feel like I'm picking on someone when I respond directly to their videos like that. But anyway, I've thought for a long time about mentioning that because I get it. I totally get it. I think so many people will experience that. They'll wonder how people can enjoy the seasons. And I just want you to know that, first of all, it's not foolproof. Like, you will have days where you are like, I need some sun. or I haven't seen the sun in weeks. I need something, or the rain, or whatever. And I get that, and I accept that, and I know that it's coming. I think leaning into things and accepting what the season entails, having good weather attire, and that can still be fashionable. Accepting if your hair does not go well with the wet outside, and just embracing the darker evenings where you can. That's my advice anyway. We've been quite vloggy today, haven't we? Yes, we have. Lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. I could smack your bottom all day, you naughty, naughty, naughty sausage. Stop looking at me like that. You've still got half an hour until your dinner. Oh, yes. Snooty, snoot. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Well, I definitely didn't think to get any grapes or figs or anything like that. I'm a bit annoyed at myself. It's a bit beige. But I am very much looking forward to this sausage roll and the rare bit. And that bread is so good. This is just one sausage dad showing his sausage dog.
A lovely surprise.
His magazine debut. Actually, I don't think it's Porter's magazine debut. Out of nowhere, I just heard Ali go, "Oh my goodness, Porter, who's that? It's you."
The boss of the house. I had more magazine features than Daddy.
You are a global icon, Porter.
Oh.
It's like, I need to get a closer look. Does my bum look big in this one? I feel like Lumi doesn't get her time in magazines.
Right. Yeah, but she's not really one for.
She's not usually around. She's quite private.
I'm not finished actually. Thank you very much.